the queue. I think a lot of people wanted to know about it.
It was a super fun thing to do as a new event to create hype and some buzz and kind of leverage the YouTube golf space. I think it was really smart. Being able to participate in it was a lot of fun. Very different golf than what we do on a weekly basis. I enjoyed it. I'll never be one round away from the PGA Tour, which is pretty freaking crazy.
We did a Fireball Challenge with foreplay. We didn't see it coming. Like, the Fireball Challenge that we've done is probably the drunkest that I've been of all the challenges that we've done, like over the beer ones and everything. Big announcement, the Breezy Open. We got 2 new ones. We got June 28th, Breezy Open in New York at Harrison Meadows Country Club, and then the Breezy Open in Colorado.
Colorado?
Which is
I've never been to Colorado.
Neither have I. You want to start shouting out Brendan Jones?
You started. You were about to.
Would you say one of the best producers, just producer on producer love?
I think he's the best.
He's fantastic.
He's better than you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta be.
Wow.
And you know what? If you ask Brendan would say that Jet's better.
He's a
That's
professional.
a respect.
The guy came from the MLB Network.
I love Brendan Jones, but
He made the right
I
choice.
think that
It's a dying
the
game.
Yaman is the greatest of all time.
To ever do it?
Yeah, he'll probably kill me after this podcast.
No,
It's fine, but
I
you know what?
disagree.
I got to share my opinion. I always do. I'll never steer away from it.
I'll say I'm a
Yaman
lucky
is the
guy.
trendsetter.
You created your own luck. Like you say, you're lucky,
Sure.
but you created that.
I always say I never say this, but I only started getting lucky once I started working hard.
Sure.
You know?
There's stages of luck. There's like 3 or 4 like levels of luck, and some of it's just like blind lottery luck. Some of it's like right place, right time luck,
Right.
and some of it's like grinding, hard work, got lucky luck. Those are not. That's not the same level of luck.
They say luck is when hard work meets opportunity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you think you've created your own luck, Joey D?
I don't know what. I have a question for Yaman.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a big believer in manifesting your destiny?
No, absolutely.
Talking about manifest destiny.
Manifest destiny.
I'm a believer in working hard, but that's the manifest.
well,
you
not
can't
as
just-
much lately. Now you got Tick and Jensen doing some more stuff now.
Wow.
No, but I'm saying
The last
to-
couple times, Bob, you said he's taking
Hold on a second.
taking a couple
Jeez.
innings off.
I take a couple plays off
for
Yaman.
for filming for sure.
Oh,
filming.
oh, yeah,
I mean, dude,
yeah.
even-
Doesn't mean that he
Yes,
hasn't
but
lost
he's
it.
not-
I think he's gotten to the point now where he doesn't have to
Listen,
work.
I mean, even
hard.
Tom Brady doesn't play defense, dude. You don't
It's
play every
actually a
snap.
testament to him that he's gotten to the point now where he can take a step back and he can delegate.
I don't take a step back. I think that success is rooted in hard work.
What are these?
Yeah,
Just
He's
saying.
a big
Say-
TikTok
You just have
motivational
these
guy.
posters all over
No,
your
I'm not a
apartment.
poster guy
Do you
either.
just
I'm
have
just
like these
saying.
motivational.
He's questioning
Do
my
you have
work
that like
ethic.
impossible is nothing Muhammad Ali like poster.
The
in your
guy's
bedroom?
questioning my work ethic.
I also said you're the greatest of all time to ever do it. I'm saying
After Brendan Jones.
what I'm saying is that I think you used to have to work harder. Now you've created a
Totally.
little thing that where you
fair.
can start to delegate and you can take a step back and start seeing what the next step is now.
Sure.
What's the
Fair
next
enough.
step?
Just working hard, you know.
Clown.
That's awesome.
Clown,
If you weren't
dude.
with Bob to Sports, where do you think you'd be today, Yums?
Somewhere.
Working for
I'd probably be working at like Barstool. I'd
Eric
be on
Anders
foreplay.
Lang?
No, I don't. I actually edited a couple videos for Eric Anders Lang back in the day. He doesn't have a clue. He sent me like some merch. I have a random
been
golf
in-
club towel.
All right, boys. Well, we don't have the par 3 Poppy today. But somehow Poppy thought that this was going to be a Zoom pod, and I thought that it was very, very cleare that this is not a Zoom pod. Like,
We haven't done a Zoom
was
pod in forever.
Clearly not a Zoom pod.
I talked to him before we started this, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you in a bit."
the days like
Wait, today he
I talked to him this morning.
and the days leading in was clearly like your place in the morning. Like
100%.
I think my guess
Go
is
ahead.
that he woke up late, knew he was not going to get here on time, and thought his only play was to act like he always thought it was a Zoom pod.
I spoke to him this
That-
morning.
and honestly, that I can kind of like I like that move.
Excuses?
a little bit more than I like just literally not ever thinking we were doing
That's
this
not
in
what
person.
happened. I spoke to him this morning. We're like, he's like 10:30, and I was like, I think it's 10 because we're going to Tesoro after. And then I guess he asked you, and you said 10. So he
talked to him,
logged
yeah.
in at 10
Yeah.
to StreamYard.
I don't know where he logged in because there was no link.
Yeah, he asked at 10 a.m. He's like, "Where's the
I
link?"
think he's, you know what? I think he's full of shit. I think he's absolutely full of
He
shit.
started running late.
Oh,
and then was
man.
just like, I'm
you
gonna
know
play
what?
this
When
one?
I talked to him, he was a little groggy.
Oh, there it is. We
respect it.
did film. We filmed The Sportsman till almost 11 o'clock.
Oh, the horrors.
We had an hour and 40-minute
Hey,
pod.
work hard.
These guys were talking sports till
Nobody
11.
cares.
These guys were doing Who's a Problem at 10:56.
I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that
I didn't think that was fair, Joey.
I'm
D.
kidding.
You guys
didn't
coming
think
for
that
blood.
was fair.
He's still holding that work
He was
comment that I
still
made,
working
which it
at
wasn't it
11:30.
wasn't a shot. He's
That
holding
was
that
a little
against me.
unfair.
I was kidding. I
But my
respect that.
point is we didn't finish till almost 11. He probably didn't get to bed till late, so that would clue in with that would tie in with the fact that maybe he slept in.
It's amazing you did that podcast after the fireball.
Were you hammered yesterday?
challenge? Oh yeah.
Dick
Big
said
time.
that you were eating Chipotle, could barely string a sentence together.
No, it was. I had Jersey Mike's and then I
Oh,
got
Jersey Mike's is what he said. Yeah.
Culver's after.
What?
Yeah, I go on
What's
binge.
Culver's?
I've been having like bad binge eating.
What the fuck was? What
What's
do you mean?
Culver's?
You know, Culver's is new to the area. It's new on Postmates.
Isn't that JJ Watts?
Yeah,
It's a Midwest.
we had it. We
fast
had it
food
in
chain.
when you guys were doing.
Isn't that
Oh,
what your
I
dad
had
said
it.
is his favorite?
I had it. Yeah, you guys were doing the
What's that?
PGA Tour Superstore thing.
Didn't your dad say that's his favorite in the
Yeah.
episode when you asked Kevin Stubbe
Yeah, he
what his
did.
favorite?
Did he say
said
that?
Culver's.
Really?
It's a Wisconsin staple or something like that. It's
not even- he's
It's
from
all
New
in the
York.
cheese that they put on the
You think
burger
he's
or
a
something.
cheese? You think he's a cheese curd guy?
No, he doesn't
cheese
like
curds.
cheese.
Yo,
He doesn't
Fred-
like cheese?
No.
Fred sent a picture a while back, but it resurfaced the other day of Perez's dad in a Buffalo Sabres jersey. He's in like a goalie jersey.
It's a jersey hoodie.
Yeah, jersey
It's a hoodie. Clearly, just a hoodie in the design of a jersey with pajama pants and Adidas slides.
Unreal.
Passed out in a chair.
It's one of my with his cocktail next to him.
3/4 of a cocktail next to him.
He had those old Adidas sandals that
Yeah.
had the nibs on them. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
where you put your foot on it, it like rub up against.
It's one of my favorite photos of all time.
That's how he goes to bed every night. Is he spends half the night sleeping like that on that chair, and then he wakes up at like 3 a.m.
That's what I used to.
or like 2 a.m. and is like, oh, like whoa, and then
Even though he did it like
Yeah,
every night.
whoa, and then he like goes into bed, and so
I
then
used
like
to
he
do that.
wakes up in the morning and like it's like nothing happened.
I
He just
used
does
to
that
pass
every
out
day.
on the couch late at night. I'd wake up at like 2, 3 in the morning and I'd just saunter into bed.
But you would also fall asleep on the floor,
Sometimes, yeah.
which is the Mr. DeMar Senior would do
yeah,
that.
yeah. I like to feel grounded, you know, like right down. And there's a nice carpeting. It's I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
to
dude,
it.
don't make it so.
I also had a shitty couch.
You did.
I had
Yeah,
a shitty couch.
It kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I appreciate
And-
you opening it up.
Yeah, listen, but the bottom line is I didn't have the best couch to lay on, so sometimes
Right.
laying on the carpeted floor was actually more comfortable, which is a wild statement.
It's
But
the biggest purchase, and like you can get anything else. You can get IKEA, everything else. You just got to do the couch right, and then after that, it can all.
I just ordered a new couch.
She's got a new couch.
you?
She's got a new couch.
It's going to be a month before I get it, maybe 6 weeks.
6
How difficult was this couch to get up through here? Difficult?
They come and they
figured it was no problem?
The movers, yeah, the
What's a
movers did it.
sectional? So
but
they-
yeah, you could take it off by sections.
Okay. I keep getting like, they're like following up whether or not it's a whole thing. They're I can't return it. So like you got to make sure it fucking fits or like you're fucked.
Nowadays, anytime you order something, it's a minimum 6 to 8 weeks before you get it.
If
It's
that, by the way, yours is even
unbelievable.
yours is even longer.
Mine's like June 1st to June 15th. So it's
Oh
like
my
almost 2
with
months.
that, do they just
what
not
are we
have
doing?
Did they just not have it in stock? It's
No,
not
a
like
lot of them come
custom-
from overseas or like European or something, and then it takes fucking
But you would
forever.
think they would get
Tough,
some
though, 'cause
inventory.
it just depends on where you're buying it from. Like if you buy it from like some like kind of down the middle furniture store, they've got like a couple options. They've got it in stock. Like you go to a place like a Pottery Barn where they've got like multiple fabrics and you like pick something out.
Yeah.
They don't carry every couch.
That's what I've
in the
done.
20 fabrics that they have, right? They got to fucking custom,
Yeah.
essentially make the couch for you.
There's just so many Pottery Barns out there, though, that you would think that they would.
No, but
They almost
they're-
offer too much.
Yeah, they're a
And
big
from
chain.
like a
They're
color and
Really good.
fabric standpoint, that because it is so nice, they have a lot of options, but you can't possibly carry every combination of furniture and every combination
No, you can't.
of things like ready to go.
I got respect for the furniture delivery guys.
Oh, God.
because they just
man.
they work like dogs, man. And
You seen the ones that have like the you ever had a mover that's had like the like a rope almost? Like they like leverage these like string and rope and they're able to, like, carry a bunch of shit like over
Oh,
their
yeah.
back.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
Their backs must
they can
give out.
carry the
Oh,
craziest
10
shit
years later.
with just these like rope that they like. It's crazy. Dude, that's like back breaking shit, dog.
I think the
100%.
toughest job in the world is to be a professional mover.
Oh,
Think about moving your apartment
There's
every
nothing worse.
day. Nothing worse.
There's nothing worse than
just a
moving.
new place every fucking day with no end in sight.
Mind you, a lot of times those guys, I'm fascinated by it. So when they came for me, I was asking them questions.
Sure.
They said a lot of times we do 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day.
That's insane.
How are
That's
you gonna
absolutely
be
fucking crazy.
exhausted?
Oh,
Speaking of crazy, here
wow.
Oh, is this
comes
gonna be
crazy
good,
himself
man?
here.
Is this gonna be? Oh yeah, he's in. He's
Wow.
in shorts.
Wow,
There's
look at this guy. That's a
Bobby's
good
in
look.
shorts.
You look good.
You know what? You thinned
That's a
out.
good
You
look.
look good.
You thinned out.
You definitely have thinned out.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you look
Wow.
really good.
Whoa.
And you know what? This looks good.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah,
The
like
shoes
ankle
look
socks. Yeah, dude.
Wow, pop. Now you got
up.
some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grab him. Jack, can we give him? Can we bring him in?
Did you ever
Take
really
a seat,
think it was
Bob.
a Zoom
Bob,
pod?
take a seat. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Come talk to us, Bob. You look. You really do.
Yeah, you really
This
do.
is the best you've
Appreciate
looked in a
it.
while.
I'm gonna need some pointers, dog.
Yeah, no, I got you, dog. Blood, sweat, tears, discipline.
Are those new kicks too?
I got a haircut.
You look
my God.
really
I'm a
good,
new guy,
Pop.
man. Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Pop
Now,
is
if only I was on
rolling.
time.
Did you really think it was a Zoom pod,
I
or did you
swear to
wake up
God,
late and that was your out?
No, I was talking to Bob about half an hour before this thing started, and I should have known because I was like, yeah, we got to do a quick pod because it's about 50 minutes from where I am. And he goes, yeah, but it's only 40 minutes from me. And I go, yeah, but for me, it's 50. And so when he said 40, I should have known it was here.
Hey, boy.
Dude, I was sitting at 10 a.m. with my coffee, sitting in front of my laptop, making sure that I was, hand up though. It's on me.
I mean, look.
The hand up
That
goes a
was-
long
hand up
way.
goes
I'm
up.
really ashamed of myself, though. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking.
Jet asked. I don't know if you can hear that, but Jet asked, "How did you get so thin so fast?"
I don't eat anymore. It's a sad
We haven't had a
life.
trip in a while.
That is true. It's been a long
It's
time.
true. And then there was a period there during the Masters where I was at Bob's for like 4 days straight, and every time I came over, it's like, we got Grimaldi's.
Guy
And that-
eats like a 400-pound motherfucker.
And I was like, dude, I'm trying to be on a diet. And there was one night we were watching UFC, and I ate all the pizza. I ate all of it. We had Vinny's
Great
pizza.
night.
It was a great night, but I had
Great
all
pie
of the
too.
It was
Just
a great
a cheat
pie.
day, you know. You got to have
day.
one. If you have one cheat day a fucking month,
Sure.
then you're gonna be all right.
Oh,
Sure.
oh.
I've had
Well,
a few.
you should
Well,
have
like
one a
him, it
week.
sounds like, you know.
Yeah, that's.
You got it. You got to do it. You'll collapse.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. If you don't do the cheat day, then eventually I find that you'll just sputter out. The cheat day, the cheat day is what keeps you going, right? It gives you that little taste, that little lavish taste
Absolutely.
in the midst of all the hell. And then you could you could actually last longer with the diet that you're doing on with the spurt of a cheat day here or there than if you don't, and then you just completely fall off the wagon.
Yeah,
Sure.
I had heard that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's fine to have a cheat day. My cheat days have gone a little. It's too much.
I can't
Yeah.
believe that you got. I mean, I saw the Jersey Mikes because you had to wait in my car to let the guy drop
subs.
it off. Two subs.
2 subs,
And then you
Why didn't
ordered-
just do the giant.
And it was dude. It was 8:30. How did you even have time to order Culver's?
I did a regular cheesesteak, and then I did a mini Italian, and then I did a burger and fries and a milkshake from
You
Culver's.
ate it all.
I left half of the milkshake.
How is Culver's? Is it good?
Pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty solid. But yeah, no, and then you wake up and you feel awful. I worked out this morning, but it was a grind. I just
I worked out.
for reference too. We did the fireball challenge with foreplay yesterday, and we didn't see it coming. Like, I think when you do the fireball challenge that we've done is probably the drunkest that I've been of all the challenges that we've done, like over the beer ones and everything. So they had a fireball concept in the first 9 holes, and then hit us with fireball challenge in the next 9 holes.
But it wasn't actually built in like a fireball challenge.
It turned out that way, kind of. Yeah.
You know, who was slinging the rock yesterday was Mr.
Stubbyville
was on fire.
Felt pretty good yesterday.
They were like baffled how good he was playing.
I know, we're just used to it.
I said to Trent at one point, I'm like, how does it feel playing with Mr. Perez? He goes, honestly, feels really nice. I'm like, yeah, that's us on a regular dog. That's us on a normal
Trent
basis.
might be the nicest guy in social media.
Yeah, he really
He's just
is.
such a nice, just a genuine nice guy. And then like we played against him, and I'm out rooting for his shots. Like you find yourself kind of rooting for. You want him to hit a good
Until
shot.
he makes a big putt, then you're like, oh, that just kind of banged us.
Yeah. I'd be like, nice shot. He had a baby, and he's very, very likable. He really is.
We're talking about Book It with Trent, right?
Talking about luggage Trent guy. Luggage
Yes,
guy Trent.
Luggage guy Trent.
Luggage guy Trent.
Who's that?
That's
It's on The
Trent.
Bachelor.
Is this okay? Are these okay?
Sure.
I think so. I wouldn't. You would have told me. I think they're fine. It's
At
fine
this
to me.
point, it's fine.
You brighten it up a
It's
little bit.
really okay now.
Hey, we could have been on Zoom. At least we beat that.
Got him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
so goddamn ashamed of myself.
You shouldn't be because
No
you look
one's-
like a monster right
no
now.
excuse.
Wow,
It's no excuse.
Yaman.
However,
It's a wild thought. It really is.
in my head, I talked to you last night. I knew you were in town, but for some reason, my brain just I was wrong. I was wrong. I was
The
dead wrong.
fat's
and it's-
clearing out, and all your synapses are
I know.
firing
I
a
was
little
smarter
different.
as a fat guy.
It's like
Yeah.
when George Costanza stops having sex and he becomes the smartest he's ever been.
Sure.
But the opposite of that. So like yours with your weight.
You're starting to look like
Yeah,
Josh
just
Allen.
lots of sex,
If
though.
everything went right.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a funny line.
Yeah.
You know, the shorts play. I thought we're seeing the shorts. You should go shorts now all the time.
You think so?
The shorts
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
looks okay.
Shoes and stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
You get a little sun on you down
Yeah.
there, and it's going to be
It
good.
is white.
Yeah,
It'll be
but
crispy in
Well, I
no
haven't
time.
seen
There's
the
only
sun
one way to
in
change
years.
that.
How do you think this alabaster skin's going to fare out
Not
there?
well.
But the
Not
whole
well
the
at
whole
all.
outfit with the shorts
How long
look
do you think
good.
it'll last
And
Yeah,
the
out there?
shoes.
appreciate it. I don't deserve this right now, but I appreciate it. I
We've
sure
lost
do.
3 B camps to the sun already this year.
How do you think you'll fare out there?
Not well at all.
The greens.
We call that fucking green the Widowmaker, dude.
You think getting hit's your worst nightmare? It's the fucking sun, dude. You think you're stronger than the sun?
You see a ball coming, dude.
Fellas, big announcement that I think we could definitely roll out now. The Breezy Open, not the Breezy Invitational anymore. Now the Breezy Open. We got 2 new ones. We got June 28th, Breezy Open in New York at Harrison Meadows Country Club, and then the Breezy Open in Colorado. Which is
I've never been to
something-
Colorado.
Neither have
Denver.
I.
Mile
Yeah.
high.
We went to the airport. We sat in there for a layover.
Big airport.
On the way to Cincinnati. Yeah, you remember that?
Big old airport.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't count that as being.
Didn't
I'm
you
just
have-
saying.
Didn't you
did.
have a layover there for like 24 hours and just found a way onto a golf course?
I got kind of banged with some delayed flights, so yeah, I ended up having to stay the night.
Oh, I
And
remember.
And I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to stay the night, I may as well just bump my flight. Like, why am I going to fly out super early? I'll fly out in the evening, and then yeah, I found a way to play some golf at Denver Country Clubs. Very nice.
Wow.
Had my clubs. I mean, why not?
Sure, he did.
It's a nice place. It's obviously you're at altitude, so you hit the ball further. You hit the ball like 10-15% further. So you have to like factor that into like yardages and shit.
That's wild.
You're like a mouse to cheese, man. You will find a course wherever you are.
I'm gonna play some golf. Dog.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
Sure will.
100%.
But yeah, good one. So running it back in New York, and then Colorado, people probably didn't see coming, which is cool because I do think there's a pretty big demographic out there, and I think we could have a whole.
It's gonna be beautiful there in July too. A little bit cooler. Should be a little cooler than your average like East Coast summer.
Mountain golf is special. When I was living in, in Canada and playing mountain golf, I think playing near the ocean is my favorite. But like a close second is like being up in the mountains.
that
Whistler?
track in Canada.
And Whistler?
Up in Whistler.
Yeah, what did you call him during basketball? The Barnaby bucket, like where he was like making references.
Burnaby, yeah.
Burnaby bucket.
The Burnaby bucket.
The Burnaby barn burner.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be putting on our Instagram accounts, where you can go and get tickets.
Today.
Today's Wednesday.
This will probably come out on Thursday because we have FP at the Q coming out on Friday.
Tickets are out tomorrow.
That's the next topic of conversation, the Q. Now, we couldn't talk anything about it. I think a lot of people wanted to know about it. So, Stu, I'll give you the floor. Your thoughts on the Q?
It was a super fun thing to do, super good idea for Myrtle Beach as a whole and for the Myrtle Beach Classic, which is a kind of first-year tour event, opposite field to the Wells Fargo. So for them as a new event to create some hype and some buzz and kind of leverage the YouTube golf space, I think was really smart. And in turn, like being able to participate in it was a lot of fun. And obviously Ticket, you and Bob kind of being right there through the whole tournament round and practice rounds and stuff. I think that's a little bit, very different golf than what we do on a weekly basis. Kind of have to get into a different mode and, there's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs and you got to like manage that stuff. It's easy when bad things happen to like spiral. But it was a tough golf course. There were a lot of great players and I enjoyed it. I don't, unless they keep doing this stuff and inviting me to it, I don't, I'll never be one round away from the PGA Tour, which is pretty freaking crazy. That our space has kind of opened up opportunities like that. And the response so far to the video they put out is, it's doing very well on YouTube and it's been a cool thing to watch. So, yeah, I mean, did you guys have fun through it, like caddying it? And
yeah, I enjoyed it because I've never experienced like a competitive, like a tournament like that, and being in it. My whole thing was just stay the fuck out of the way. Like I was just trying to be very cognizant of like lines, and it's just like just stay the fuck away. A tough scene was on maybe the fourth or fifth hole. It was a par 3, and they let you use the gun. So Stu turns, he's like, "What's the yardage?" And I was like, "I'm looking at this thing. I'm like 210." And I just Stu kind of look at it. He goes, "Can't be 210, Bob." And I was like, "Nah, it's 210." He takes it, guns it. It's like 175.
Yeah.
And like I felt bad. Like it was funny as shit, but at the same time, I felt bad because it's like you don't want to be. It's the last thing you should be worrying about is that. So I kind of felt bad, but it was so fucking funny. I mean, it
Did you ask him yardage after that?
I think from the first tee, I definitely had like an eye, like I had a bit of an audit eye on the things that he was saying. So yeah, so I was always a little cognizant, and you can't go out there as a player and just blindly like whatever you say, I'm not even going to think twice about. Like you got to be like seeing the same thing. And there's a difference in your eye between like how far the trees behind a green are and a green. Yeah. So like if you would have said 210, I just got up there and was like, I don't see it, but okay. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah, the other caddies too, like you could see them like talking to their player about the reads and stuff like that. And like even the guys who are like on the Corn Ferry, like those guys, they're like pretty legit caddies, and like they'd be talking about it, and then I would just be on the side like with Poppy just like shooting the shit, and like Perez would be getting his own lines.
Bob would like get the pin on the greens, and when he said like get the fuck out of the way, he would literally like walk off the green. He's standing 10 feet off the putting surface with the flag, just by my bag, just like I don't know where I'm gonna stand. Yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed to be, but I know this over here is fine.
Yeah, I really want to stay away, but it was funny too, and I think it might have helped. Like if Perez hit a bad shot, like at first he would be pissed, and then he would come walking over by me and Poppy, and like we'd be talking about the most ridiculous.
Yeah,
fucking
that definitely
thing.
helped. I'll say that definitely helped.
It's nerve-wracking to caddy, like especially if like it's like that's a serious thing. Like when I had to caddy, I had never done it before. When I caddied for Josh and he's asking me for like the reads, there were times where it was like it's nerve wracking because you don't want him to like follow your read and then completely miss the putt. So like, you know, sometimes I'd be like, okay, well, what do you see? Like, this is what I'm seeing. Like, what do you know? Because it is nerve wracking to your point. You don't want to be like, you want to help, but at the same time, you don't want to bang your guy. So yeah, I can gauge why you would have done that, Bob, because there was times where I was caddying and I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Or like there's times where he'd be in the bunker and he'd shoot it onto the green and then you have to rake the bunker, but then you have to go up and like clean the ball and like place and look. And I was like freaking out, like, how am I going to get there in time and trying to like go fast? Like, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, it was different too. I was nervous for Perez in the sense of it's such a long course and it's just it's intimidating. You see those guys out there. It's serious shit.
Yeah, I mean, there was even when we played in the practice round with some of those like pros, there's just a clear difference between those guys and their game and their distance, and these guys are still trying to make it. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. You play with some people that are like aspiring pros and it's the best player you've ever seen in your life and they're not good enough. And it's pretty crazy. It just tells you like that next level to the PGA Tour and then like a Scotty Scheffler who's dominating the PGA Tour, how much better a guy like that is than like I'm probably closer to those like Tour Pro guys that were playing in it, skill level, than they are to Scotty Scheffler.
What do you think it is?
That's how crazy that shit is.
What do you think it is when you get to that next level? Because all these guys are skilled. Is it just confidence and just like,
right? Yeah, I mean, like they all
mental game.
Like they all have, like if they all hit at the same distance, they all pretty much have all the shots.
Yeah,
it's like the confidence to hit the shot. It's the experience. Yeah, like this. It's really just belief and like. And just like kind of killer instinct, mental management. Like a lot of it's not the golf anymore. Like these guys, like there's plenty of guys that hit it. Like Scotty Scheffler doesn't like necessarily bomb the ball.
Yeah,
like he hits it a good ways, but he's not like known to be like a crazy long hitter necessarily. Do you
think you're closer to Scotty Scheffler than Bob is to you?
Damn, dude.
Jesus.
No, no. It's not even like a shot. It's like a serious. No. I could use Cutsy also. I'm saying.
No, because I mean.
I'm saying they're closer to you than you are to.
It's a good question.
Debate here.
If you look at it like a handicap, if you look at it like handicap wise, if we're gonna call these guys 14s and I'm like a scratch or a +1,
what's he like? So a plus
they're
8,
like
+7?
They're 14, 15 strokes away from me in theory. If I got 14 or 15 strokes from Scotty Scheffler, I should be able to compete because they're like, he's probably 9 or 10 strokes better than me.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I mean, if you go out to shoot a regular round,
like if you talk about tour pros, they always say like, oh, these guys are like +6, +7, +8s.
Right.
But I don't know if that's true because, like, if I go play the tees that they play from, they're going to beat me by more than 6 or 7 shots.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Right? Like a good round of golf from a tournament tee for me is going to be like breaking 80. Like if I can shoot 79 on like a tour course,
it's so long.
They shoot 69 like it's no issue. They can shoot 65, 64. Now we're at 15 strokes. It's probably pretty damn close.
I think it is close.
It's pretty close.
That's crazy. The cool thing, I mean, the reason why I asked you is because like you'll see sometimes like some of these pros will be like in a funk or like they won't be doing well, and then all of a sudden like a Billy Horschel will go shoot 63 and win a tournament.
They still have
and it's
it,
like
man.
So they have it. It's just a manner of like everything coming together. And I think the thing with, if we watch Scotty at the Masters, it's like there's no point when he ever goes to a shot that you feel like he doubts that he's going to make a good shot. Like he has so much confidence that it's just like you said, it's almost believing that you're never out of the hole, you're never in a bad spot. It's almost like he always feels like he's gonna come out on top.
I also think he doesn't, like with the footwork and stuff and the way that he swings the ball, it's pretty clear that a lot of his game is feel, right? Because his feet don't even slide in the same way necessarily as they do every time. So like to me, like some of these guys that get hyper technical and like positions and stuff, even when they feel like they're a little bit off, it can like be like, I'm not perfect right now, so I'm not like, even they I don't know. I feel like they don't have necessarily, they can't just play the game a little bit because they know in the back of their mind that everything's not perfect. Where with him, he's just kind of moving the ball around anyway. So even when his shit's maybe just a little bit off, it just feels like he can game it like a little bit more than like a guy that like goes in the week feeling like they're not swinging well. And like if you come in the week and that's your mindset, you're probably not going to win. Right?
Dude, I wanted so badly. I wanted Homa to win that. I really didn't. He was right there, but you were watching Scotty. You just knew the guy was never gonna falter.
He's lights out right now.
It was too tough.
It had to, going back to the tournament, the Q. It had to be cool seeing FP in that environment though, because we're so used to seeing him play with us and like do what we do. That it had to be kind of cool to see him within a tournament like structure. I kind of honestly think, like, I wonder, like, sometimes, like, if you or I were in, like, a situation, like, how bad we would shoot. Because there's so much mental, like, you don't be like, oh, that's good. Like, you have to finish every putt. You have to play every hole. You have to, like you have to overcome a lot within one round of golf.
FP kept saying how much of, like, an underdog that he was, and because of the distance. My thing, from what we see, I'm like, well, if he plays his A game, he's going to have a shot. And you could have, but when you go to the tee box, when we showed up for that practice round, and these kids, a lot of the Korn Ferry kids, Perez hits a driver, and he hits what I thought was a good drive out there. Then these kids take these 3-woods, and you see this thing come off the club and how far it's going. That's when I realized what you were saying, that it was gonna, like, he would have to play because they just hit it. So it's insane. I mean, they just, you remember those 3-woods they took out just right out of the gate and just.
I was always hitting driver on one. There was never a thought. Like, I'm watching back on some of the other groups, dude. These guys have like driving irons. Like I think I hit driver 6-iron on the first hole, right? And they're hitting 3-iron. Even if they're right with me in the fairway at the same length, they're two irons like shorter than me. They hit 8 irons where I hit 6. So it's like they already hit it further, and then they hit their irons further. So if I'm driver 4-iron, they're going to be driver 9-iron.
Oh my God.
Because they're already up ahead and they already hit it. So it's like the difference of like you going out and playing the tips versus like the forward tees.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It was really cool to watch you in that atmosphere, though. Like, to see you in that competitive nature. It was really cool to see you dial in, talk a little bit more about golf, sort of the way you did in the first FP Verse episode when we talked about how you warm up and how you play and sort of what you're thinking about, like getting into your brain. And one of the most impressive things I thought, I was really proud of you. Not that you need me to be proud of you, but I was really proud of you that, like, if you maybe had a bad shot or you missed a putt or something like that, I was really nervous walking into it that maybe you'd start to spiral and we'd lose you a little bit. If you missed a putt, we were talking about what the best beer is, an airport beer that, you know, as we're walking to the next hole, or we're talking about that woman who she takes all the kids into the school bus and she flies into the other children. You know, you were still joking. You were still joking around. What was her name?
Yo, what? What was that?
Remember, you were talking about that woman who it was on a TV show where the kids used to.
Miss Pressel.
Miss Pressel. Yeah, exactly.
What a psychopath, by the way.
Exactly.
Just taking kids, other people's children, shrinking them into tiny little people and sending them into other students' bodies
extremely
in a magic school bus.
Really
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, Frizzle. Miss Frizzle,
the magic
what a
school
psycho,
bus.
dude. Lock her up.
These guys were locked in on the cue, just going over every shot.
That's the thing about golf is, like, especially in the tournament round, that's like probably going to be 5 hours. You can't focus for 5 hours like that. It's impossible. Like, you're mentally not, you don't have enough energy for that. So you just need to focus, like, when you get up to the ball, you focus on the shot, you focus hitting the shot, and then you like, the perfect world is then the walk up to the next shot, you're not thinking about golf anymore. Because what if you were trying to stay locked in, like, what are you fucking locking in on?
Yeah.
You don't even know what your next shot's going to be. You're just going to tire yourself out. So you want to talk about, that's the best caddies when you see them, like, you're talking about golf for sure, but it's also the hang. Like, you got to have, that's why, like, the personalities between a pro golfer and a caddy is just as important as, like, how good that caddy is.
Yeah.
Because you got to spend time talking about fucking what's for dinner tonight. Because, you know, Tiger's the only one that I can think of that, like, felt like he locked in start to finish and didn't have any of that bullshit. But that's so hard to do.
Yeah, this guy couldn't gun a yardage, but he brought the vibes. There was a lot of dinner talk.
You know where
I knew that from the get-go.
You know where I had too much. I mean, yeah, that's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted.
But where I had too much fun was the driving range. I treated like a cocktail hour.
Yeah,
because like all the other YouTubers were there. Like I was really enjoying that.
Bob's trying to book collab weeks and stuff, dude. Just milling around.
Dude, the way you were moving around that driving range was as if Obama had just shown up and was there to hang out. I mean, it was
He was looking for votes. Can I touch your vote?
I really enjoyed that. You know what? It was
like a goddamn popularity contest. Dude. Guy was trying to win class president, dude.
I hadn't met Pete Finch yet. I was really enjoying it. Totally forgot about Perez's bag. I was having a ball. I mean, there were so many people in our industry that I wanted to chat with, and those to me was the greatest. And then you show up to the first tee, and it gets real serious. But yeah, the driving range was great.
Callaway sent that staff bag that fortunately for you arrived like after the round to the golf course.
Oh,
otherwise you would have been lugging a staff bag around.
I got lucky in the sense of for that, and I really thought that I'd be fine with the 18 holes with the bag. I thought it would kind of be light work for me. Got a lot of respect for these caddies that put 4 days in straight, you know, five days.
We were talking a big wave. 7 days they were at the Masters, and they have to wear those like potato sacks. Dude.
Tell you, man.
And it's hot as shit, and the elevation
course.
FP and I saw on 18, you're walking up like this, up those ginormous bags.
Almost died.
But you're walking up, and it's like the elevation. It's not a walk in the park. The next day, my legs were sore. I said walking.
I said to Poppy, we were on like hole 15 or 16. And I was like, one more to go, Pop. And he's like, Pop, we're on 15. I'm like 15 or 16. I really thought there was one more after that. Oh man. But yeah, so that video is going to be coming out Friday. So. You know, head on a swivel for that. Head on a swivel for the Breezy Opens that are going to be coming out. Pumped to get those rolling back out. We have a blast with all of those. So we love you, folks. We appreciate you. That's been another edition of the Bob Does Sports podcast. Fresh content on the way. We love you.